Torkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
I'm choosing to ignore the cuts and bumps and bruises. I'm cruising through these haters, leave them looking stupid. They foolish if they think they'll ever hear my conclusion. I'm through with all these my dramas and their excuses. I'm bruising eagles left and right every time I do this. I'm shooting for the top, no I'll never settle where you did. The future's in my hands, my grip will never lose it. My crew is ready to obtain the absolution, removing any doubt that we was ever fooling.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another kick-ass episode of Still Toking with. It's July 1st. So I think for the entire month of July, we're just going to celebrate 250 years for America. Like, holy shit. 250 years. A lot of shit has happened in 250 years. I can say that. But we're going to kick off this month with an amazing guest. This gentleman is amazing. I'm going to leave it there because it's not up to me to do that. But I am going to bring in the one and only, the sequence special, the flashy one, Mr. Jeffrey Mark.
Hello, cats and kittens. Happy to have you with us. We have an incredible guest. You're going to fall in love with this man because, like, if you want to get something accomplished,
I fell in love with his accent. Immediately.
Accent, absolutely. Face, absolutely. Bare chest, absolutely. But what this man has accomplished, what he can do
with his hands.
With his hand.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
What he can do, because he's going to be off the show in a second if we don't get to his introduction. What he can do is amazing. I have so much, yes, I have lust for this man, but I have so much respect for this man and his writing and what he does and what he accomplishes and his backstory of where he comes from, his family, and the obstacles he has completely overcome or just went around to be who he is today. You're just going to love hearing this story. Please welcome to our show, Kelly Dowd.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I can't wait to get into it.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Right.
Let's do it.
I think it was funny because when I mentioned the hands, I don't think I've ever seen Jeffrey Mark's cheeks get as red as his beard.
Look, I'm ready to propose marriage to this man.
Oh my gosh, help me.
I think he's wonderful.
Well, I would try my best not to fall into the pit, so I'll just try to keep a straight face if I can possible.
Oh, wow.
Not on this show.
Kelly, I promise it will not be an hour of me coming on to you. I promise.
No,
I believe you.
We're going to talk about serious.
Harlan would be upset.
Yes.
And we don't want to be selling our side. We'll try to keep it tight.
Harlan, by the way, is my publicist and Kelly's and a dear friend of the show.
Yes. He's an amazing gentleman. He is.
Indeed, it is.
Tell us, real quick here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you're from, type of a thing.
Oh, sure. I'll be happy to do that. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, everyone around, I am Kelly Dowd. It's such a pleasure to be with everyone here. I'm Nigerian born, British educated, a designer. I'm a system architect and author. I founded Fighter Design and WTM Media just because I believe the world's biggest challenge, ultimately design challenges. And with you and I, we have to come together to fix this. And that is the premise of why Fighter and WTM exist. And yes, I was born in Nigeria, and here I am today, catapulted to the beautiful United States of America. And we get to do it.
And tell them where in Ohio you are.
So right now, I am filming from my Ohio studio in Elida, Ohio, which is on the suburbs of Lima. And for those of you that don't know much about Ohio in the Midwest, or Lima to be specific, so think about where all of your machineries, your let's say your big military machineries are built, the tank and all of that, they are built in Lima, Ohio. So that is where we are, and it's a very big oil community.
Very cool.
I know so many creative people who come from Ohio. They usually leave, but they come from Ohio. Some of my closest friends, there's something in the water in Ohio that creates creative people.
You know, I've heard that before, and I would say this. I think the water, because if you drink the water, especially Lima, there's a magical taste to it that makes you feel like you're Alice in the Wonderland Part 2, right? And sometimes it all depends on the couple of years. You feel like you're RuPaul himself because it's just so many magical things that come from the water. And I think I will have superpowers. I ended up becoming a penguin. And when I'm on the slope, I feel like a chihuahua. So it's just so hard for me to tell what kind of gifts and creativity it gives to people. I think I'm just an anomaly of them all. And it's sad, but it is what it is.
Being an anomaly is not sad. It means you're one of a kind and special. And that you are, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I tried to be special in my mom's womb, but it didn't last 9 months, but here I am. So anyway, I am happy to be here.
Where in Nigeria were you born?
I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, which is on the western part of the coast and very close to the Atlantic Ocean. So basically what I tell people is we share border with Atlantic Ocean. So for people that don't understand geography, we just say, yeah, so we are rent-free with Atlantic Ocean.
There you go, folks.
Your mother had you at a very young age.
Yes.
Indeed. And yeah, indeed.
So
we're talking like very young.
Yes. Like barely in her teen years. And she sacrificed an awful lot from what I've read to give you everything that she could, which was amazing. I mean, first of all, props to mom. Props to mom. 100% props to mom on that. Putting you through private schools, you know, giving you the best education. All the while, you are struggling yourself with these things that, you know, we put little labels on, which was dyslexia, ADHD, OCD, neurodivergent intelligence. What is that? Like, what is that?
That's first of all, thank you, and I'm really grateful for my mom for the incredible work that she did. And you know, if I had a magic wand to change everything, the only thing is I would try to make her happier. And because no one envisioned a child at that early age to get into motherhood space, and she did. And the beautiful thing about it is she did not do like many people would do to try as much as possible to, you know, get rid of the pregnancy and all. Because I recall what I learned, her dad, who happens to be a colonel back then in the military, did tell her that if you get rid of that, I'll get rid of you. So anyway, so she ended up not doing anything. And yeah, we are, I am here many moons later, and I'm still kicking. The aspect of neurodivergence that a lot of people don't quite understand about me and many people out there is that we have a different methodology, a different style, a different structure, and a different ability in order to like learn, communicate, and be able to like integrate everything that we see in our environment. And I did recall back in the days, the American Psychological Association did categorize that as a disease, right, a disorder. However, which is something I took to an offense for a large part of my life because I felt there are a lot of people out there that have similar behavioral pattern and characteristics of learning. And because of the standardization of the American Psychology Association, people have been misled, categorically speaking, because people have been made to feel like they don't belong or they have deficiency. And it's not a deficiency at all. It's just you learn and you absorb and you assimilate differently, which is to be celebrated instead of
Yes.
whiplashed or chastised.
And you also
Right.
have a problem with numbers on top of all of that, that you
Yeah,
process numbers differently.
indeed, indeed. And the interesting thing about numbers too is if you have to like go back to the education system here in America or global, a lot of people teach you numbers to be just, you know, arithmetical mathematics, for example. However, no one teaches you how to solve numbers through storytelling or visual pattern recognition. So for me, I learned at a very young age that, oh, I could solve math equations using visual pattern recognition and storytelling. So one of the things that happens to me, going and I mean, the most fortunate part is attending British private schools, right, preppy schools and all. That's my upbringing. And the beautiful part is I do recall vividly that when I have a math exam or assignment, whatever it is, if I try to use the regular methodology, all of the equations, right, the geometries and all, it doesn't work at all. It doesn't even register. So, but if I tell a story, for example, C plus 2 is equals to 4, and I'm like, well, there was a man met another man, and both men walked around and met two other people. Oh, I think that was four. So I learned how to solve problems and equations using storytelling and using visuals. I could use elements, I could use color. So, and I noticed that my lecturers, my teachers, instructors, they will actually give me half mark. So instead of them to like fail me, they don't fail me, they give me half mark. So I don't do what other people do. That's all like all of the steps that you have to get to the point. So instead of that, what I do is just I write the story. All I do, I draw on a piece of paper and I calculate the stick figures that I did, and voila, that's it. I submitted, and the funny part, I get home, I cried. I said, "Oh gosh, I'm gonna fail math. I knew it. I knew I'm gonna fail." And at the end of the day, it's either I have a B or I have a C. I was just like, "Oh, by the way, I've never had an A in math," and it's okay because it's just an unconventional way of thinking, processing, assimilating, and putting things in paper. And here I am, fast forward. I have my MBA, which was math intensive. I went
Mhm.
to my undergrad, my second undergrad was in business, math intensive. So, and I've been able to like graduate with flying colors. So, because I found my rhythm, I found different ways of
Yeah.
learning and trying to make impact.
We call people like that geniuses.
Yes.
Very high IQ geniuses. I have my oldest son, who is 36 now, was very similar. He couldn't process math the same way, but he could look at the problem and give you the answer, to the point where he actually proved a teacher wrong in class and got suspended for it. But he has a super high IQ. So you are a genius in
That is a
many
very
forms.
loaded word. That is very loaded. So viewers, I will confess, I am not a genius. I am just an average, regular human being, just like everybody else here. And because the
I
truth
don't.
is,
I'm sorry, sir. You're not average and you're not regular. I believe you're human, but the
Yes.
first two adjectives, no, 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 no,
Right.
no.
I mean, to be able to overcome so much, first of all, to be where you are today, you have to have a higher IQ than the norm. I mean, it's just that there's no argument there. Take the compliment, damn it, will you?
okay, I would do this. Okay, there you go.
I in order for you, my friend, to have the awareness that there was more out there for you, to be able to go from being in Nigeria, what was your native language?
My native language is, gosh, I mean, I grew up with English, but I speak six other Nigerian languages, so which is kind of
Genius.
interesting.
Yeah. So
So,
you speak at least 7 languages then.
yeah,
Hey, okay.
seven, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
you're just, whatever you believe in as God or higher power or the universe, your beginnings were tough, but boy, did whoever makes things happen bless you with your intellect, with your ambition to fight through problems, and your incredible good looks, and your desire to help other people. That's a Mercedes-Benz full of gifts you were given.
That's so kind of you, and I appreciate it. But one thing I tell people is the universe will always give you lemons and all of that. We'll give you lime, we'll give you orange, we'll give you guava, we'll give you apple. But the question is, you have this lemon, you have this guava, or you have this apple or pineapple. What will you do with it? Will you just
Make a hell of a
consume it?
drink.
Exactly.
And I'm
Make
going to
a
say
fucking lemonade.
makes
So
a hell of a fruit salad, but that's a different show.
exactly. Exactly. So, if I'm talking to my partner, no one is watching, I say, God damn it, make a fucking lemonade. So something about that. And that is just life and that is reality because
Mhm.
I remember when I was in Charlottesville, Virginia, I did write a post on one beautiful morning after my meditation. I'm a practicing Buddhist, but I grew up Catholic. And one interesting part is I wrote this Swift editorial, right? Of let me about becoming you, and I talked about self-actualization and things like that. And this gentleman who was actually uh, following me on Grinder. By the way, for those of you out there who don't know what Grinder is, it's the guy's platform for meeting wonderful people and all of that stuff. So, and you can use it whatever you want to use it for. So this gentleman,
You cleaned that up so beautifully.
yes. So thank you. This gentleman
Yes.
sent me a message on Grinder, and I mean, I was online. I was able to do that. He said, "Oh, FYI, I read your post on Facebook. You shared a snippet, and I would tell you this: you're very wrong. Um, you cannot self-actualize, and Black people cannot self-actualize. And by the way, you don't have any audacity, no effrontery, to talk about self-actualization or becoming you, because you were born with a silver spoon, and there are many people that don't have or are not privy the kind of lifestyle that you had." I laughed. And I recall I cried for a few minutes because I said to myself, okay, I said, Kelly, you have to be pragmatic here on how you respond to this gentleman. You either go with the traditional, label him, call him an asshole, call him whatever it is, or you go to the other side to try to school him. But you have to be mindful that this guy is acclaimed PhD, old and whatever it is, and you are nothing. So I said, okay, what approach should I go? I decided to go with the third approach, which is stop soaping, wipe my tears, reflect, and take my plastic gun and shoot for the hips. So I took my metaphoric plastic gun and shot for the hip immediately. So I went for it. I said, first of all, darling, I really appreciate you reading the post, because that is so thoughtful of you. As someone with PhD, you should have known better. But since you didn't know better, let me just do the due diligence of telling you this. First of all, I was not born with a plastic or golden or silver or even paper or spoon, whatever it is. No, I was born as a reject, okay? And if you want to know what a reject is actually an advanced bastard. So I'm a bastard on its own because my dad is like, no, I'm too young to be a dad. But I'm a reject because his whole family are all Jehovah's Witness, and they said, no, we are not accepting a child out of wedlock. So imagine that being your initial start to this planet. Then it's just me and my mom. We were homeless, me and her, for a while. We slept at our shop and things like that. When rats will beautifully grace our audience like they are doing a fashion parade at night. They will walk on me and things like that. And at the end of the day, I just, I smiled. I remember also like hawking water to sell water so my mom and I can feed. Even when my uncle told my mom that, oh, you can't move in with us, because they bought a house, a 3-bedroom house, and they told her, you can't move in with us at all. You are a girl. You should do what girls do. Sell your body and find a wealthy man, and you let your life be settled. But we'll take your son away from you. Which they did, but I ran almost every night to my mom's shop because I knew the importance of being with her. I didn't want her to be alone. So that is the kind of life that I had as my upbringing. And I had to morph through all of those challenges without blaming anyone, without blaming the world. Because first of all, I did not ask for this. I came into this planet, voila, what will I do? Will I take my life immediately because nothing is apropos to what I desire? No, I wouldn't do that. So I fought through, and I explained all of this to the gentleman. And I told him, I said, and here's the other point, my darling. Black people can also self-actualize. Slavery did not take self-actualization away at all. People might have identity issues and things like that, but self-actualization and becoming who you are as a person, it depends on you, the individual, and how you are able to navigate life circumstances and take all of those beautiful lessons, and failure that are not even failure because they are all lessons that you should internalize. Take all of them and make yourself better. So the guy for 2 days did not respond. He read all of my messages. So day 3, he came back and said, I am sorry. I am sorry I did what I did. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't judge you. I didn't know anything about you. I just saw a pretty face and I saw well-written profiles. So I felt okay, everything was perfect for you. I said, well, yes, everything is perfect because no complaint, and I appreciate every single moment in my life. And here I am today. I won't change a thing.
Well
You are
said.
amazing.
Well said.
So many people would just curl up into a ball and say, poor me, and I'm a victim. And you've done what I have done. My beginnings also were not good. And it's a choice. Am I going to just take the cards I've been dealt and lay them down? Or am I going to do something? Choice you made. I know, because I made the choice. Very few people stand up and make the choice. So
Right.
the more you're talking, the more I need to start shopping for wedding rings. You're just this amazing man.
So, well, speaking of wedding rings, you have to put a ring on a finger, and a finger
Yeah.
is on the and a finger is on your hand.
That's the best segue I have ever heard in my entire life.
Let's jump ahead a little bit to your novel, The Power of Hands. Could you explain a little bit? Because we don't want to give too much away, because folks, in the show notes, up above, down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, is Kelly's information. So if you're interested in anything we discussed this evening or the novel, go check the show notes. But we're going to give you a little bit about that. Could you explain a little bit about The Power of Hands, please?
Absolutely. And before I do, I really want to say something, because Jeffrey, you said something a few seconds ago that actually resonated deeply, and Ben have did int on this as well. So one interesting thing that I've come to realize and appreciate about life is everything around us has been designed. If we want better outcomes, we have to be better. We have to become better designers, not just for products at all, but of systems, relationship, and society. We have to be, because to your points, you can decide to crawl onto to the wall or to the bed and put a blanket and cover yourself, or you can decide to, take the fist bump and move on with life. Both of them have implications. One of them will hurt at the immediate, and you'll be like, ouch, my butt hurt. But something else happened. You move on with life. And the other one, you call them to the bed or hide to the wall. The problem waits there for you. And it's like, girl, I'm chiming here. Come back when you're ready. We'll do it. Come back. So that is how life is. That is how life is. So when something happens, man up, woman up, human up, whatever you want to do, and just shoot for the hips, go for it. So back to your question, the book. I realized most books tell people what to think. And I wanted to teach people how to think. The Power of Hands isn't another self-help book at all. It is just a practical thinking framework. And that was the key reason why I brought it home, because as a system thinker and a system intelligence engineer, one of the things that I do is I use the body as a metaphor to tell stories, to connect the dots, because one of the most beautiful system thinking analogy, a metaphor that we have, is the human body. Everything connects. And it also shows you why we are a multi-complex, multi-generational, and interconnected species of people. Recently, I was in Papua New Guinea, and I was fortunate to see so many species of mankind. The four distinctive species of humankind, I saw them in Papua New Guinea, still existing. The Neanderthals, the Homo sapien, you can still go to, there's just a lot about this planet that it's just so refreshing. So when I thought about the book, when I thought about the structure and when it all started, I said, well, my goal really is to help people, to teach them how to think. I don't want to just feed you information. I want you to look at yourself as the mirror to understand system and understand how life revolves. And that is the reason why, hence, HANDS, the H stands for humanity, the A stands for adaptation, N stands for nature, D stands for design, and S stands for sustainability. So HANDS is a practical framework for making better decisions. Basically, that is exactly just what it is, because it gives you a very cohesive approach to decision making. Humanity reminds us to begin with people. Adaptation reminds us the world constantly change and we have to morph, we have to adapt with it. Take, for example, 2024, let me just go back to 2023. Something hits. Everybody started hearing about generative AI. We're like, oh my God, people were becoming scared and things like that. Or let me go back a little. In 2021, 2020, COVID was the paramount conversation that everyone was talking about. And that brought tremendous change in basically our life. We're kind of like, we experienced this upheaval, right? Because things became topsy-turvy and businesses closed, work from home started, remote working on all of those things. So many things, remote conference, a lot of things happen. And to go back to Anne, as part of the framework, nature teaches that every system has consequences. So basically, you are nature, I am nature, Ben is nature, our listeners, we're all part of nature. We're all part of the ecosystem. We're all part of the food chain and the supply chain of nature on all of this stuff. So everything is deeply interwoven. And the interesting thing is you can never cheat nature. And the truth is you can win nature because nature will always win. That's a fact. You can try to create some of the baddest advanced technologies out there, but nature will always win. So, and the D is for design. Design gives us intentionally instead of accident. So, which means you have to design not by accident, but by intention. You have to take everything around you into consideration. If you're designing a product, you have to think about the customer. What is your pain point? What do they need? Okay, what is my competitor? How would this function? What is the aesthetics? Think for Apple, for example. Apple is one of those companies that know how to design product that get into your mind. They make it easy, they make it accessible, and sometimes frustrating. We know that, but it's all part of design. It's just part of the system. And the last but not the least is the S, which is sustainability. You have to sustain that which sustains you. So sustainability asks whether our decision will make sense years from now. So if I design, for example, this Still Talking, right, this show, if I design this show, will this show still be relevant in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20? What are the parameters out there? And what do I need to do to ensure that, everything stays the way it is and is successful? So that was the key reason why I came up with this whole concept of the hands, because for many years I've been roaming the street. I've been traveling. I'm an avid traveler, and I've been to more than 50 states. No, 50 states. No, that's not true, Kelly. Shut up. I have been. I will say this. So I have been more than 38 states in the United States, and I have been to more than 50 countries globally. I've been to 6 continents. I'm only waiting for Antarctica because this Antarctican penguin better get ready for me. I'm coming for them. They're so tall. So those penguins better watch out. I'm coming so bad. So coming. So that is the only continent I've not been to, Antarctica. That's all.
You're amazing.
That's
You're
impressive.
just amazing. You mentioned AI. I must tell you, I don't like AI. I don't like it, how it's being used. And I don't like how it's being sold to us. AI, and I'm not making any jokes here, is being shoved down our throats when I watch commercials and see things, they're talking about, oh, you don't have to read anymore. We'll read it for you and give you a summary. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do anything creative. We'll do it for you. And the people in the commercials, oh, right, I've got more time to
Become a gerbil.
to eat McDonald's. What is it you have more time for now? If you give up your own creativity and your own power, could you please speak to that?
So yes, I can, and I'm
Yeah,
grateful.
that wasn't a yes or no question. I really meant, would you please speak to it?
Sure. Thanks for gobsmacking me. That was perfect. I love that. So here's what I would tell you, and this is my perspective of AI. And dear listeners, please hear me here. First of all, I'm not here advocating for AI, and neither am I here dissuading you from understanding the technology, because the truth is, it's just a fucking technology, right? But here's the thing. And part of my F word, if it drops some people off the wrong way, it's just sometimes British life gets into you and you swear a lot. Apologies. So that's just like,
It's all good. Nobody fucking
here's the
cares.
thank you. So here's the thing. This is a pencil, right? It looks like a pen. Once upon a time, and this is a pen, a pencil. Once upon a time, pencils didn't have this kind of like a clicker, right? Design. Once upon a time, pencils never existed. We had sticks. You have to break a branch from a tree, cut off the leaf, and use it to write on the ground, on sand, to send a message. Then we moved to stone. We started using stone to carve on walls and things like that. I will tell you how all of this connects together. So from stone, we moved to coal, right? We moved to steam engine. We moved to fat ass computers, right? That are so huge that can even fold this room. Before you know, computer became so cogent like this tiny little phone. Paper came about from nowhere. It's actually from tree and all of that. So why all of this? Why am I trying to make sense of this whole connectivity, all of this object? The interesting thing that they all share is they are all advanced technology, but of different eras. This was a different era. This was a different era. The computer was a different era. So AI, artificial intelligence, which has generative AI, which has agentic AI, and so many other types, it's just another advanced technology of the 21st century that is being deployed to aid production, productivity, learning, and most importantly, design. So the question is, should I release all of my creativity to these two? Or should I just, walk alongside with these two? Or should I just be on my own bubble and not even touch the two at all? You have three options. Work with it, leave it alone, or let him do the job for you. What a lot of people are doing now is they are allowing the technology to do the job for them without supervision. So basically, they are just handing all of their creativity, all of their knowledge, all of their thinking to this platform and say, you go figure it out for me. After all, the big boys said I should just ask AI, hey, ChatGPT, what can I do today? Should I go to Michaela's house? Should I call John and tell him he's stupid? Oh, hey Siri, what do I look like today? Am I pretty? So what are you using it for? Are you using it to like upskill yourself? Are you using it to be smarter? Or you're using it to be dumber? So that's another question that I ask people. So I always tell people that the best position for you to be is to be in the middle spot. So which is the option B, which is work with it And that is the key reason why this the power of hand, designing a sustainable future through integrative collaboration. Basically, I have to work with you. I have to work with Mark. I have to work with Alan. I have to work with everybody to create the soup that is delicious. In order for them to be a beautiful meat to the bone, all of those ingredients is exactly how the creativity found. Because the reality is, let's go to the kitchen because I already started it. So let me finish it. If you are in the kitchen and you want to make soup or whatever it is to eat, do you think just one particular item will suffice? No, you need multiple items, right? You need your pot, you need your water, you need your oil, you need your Maggi, you need your spices, you need everything. That is how integrative collaboration is. So you will need everything possible, and even nature made us to understand that life is a yin yang. It takes two to tango. I need my mom or my dad to fuck to have me. Duh. Even though I didn't want it, I didn't tell them to have sex, bring me to this planet. I was in heaven minding my business, things like that, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's somewhere in the galaxy, in the universe. Maybe I had pom-poms, I have stilettos or whatever. I know I was doing something of that. Then the both of them did something. Here I am I'm on planet Earth. Integrative collaboration. They did it together, right? Because if it wasn't, this result would have happened. So this result happened. Back to the kitchen, all of the ingredients together. The soup is delicious. So with AI, we all need to work with AI, and AI should make humans more humans, not less human. That is exactly what I always advocate for. So if you're a designer, use AI to balance your creativity. You create it, you come up with a concept, you scope it out, do everything, ask the AI, hey, let's do comparison. You fact check this for me. You're my co-pilot, you're my co-designer. What do you think? And all of that. That is what AI is supposed to do for you. So AI shouldn't tell you what color of underwear you should wear. No. Mm-mm. Use your creativity for that. AI shouldn't tell you, oh, what kind of, style, whatever it is, looks best for you, or lipstick. I mean, AI can do that all the time if you're going to a very serious dinner, whatever it is. So you can use AI for a shitload of things to make it successful. And the most important thing is use AI to get rich. And that is because that's it, because let's look at every technology there's always winners and losers in every technological advancement. If you look at all of the centuries that have happened, there is always winners and losers. The winners are the people that said, ouch, I need to adapt. There is a new technology in town. Oh, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new neighbor. I need to say hello. I need to, connect. I need to do this. The winners are the people that decide to adapt and learn and try to use a way to integrate it into their daily life or their work life. And the losers are the people that will completely hate it. They won't touch it at all. And also, the losers will be the people that will give all of their creativity to AI, because there's a difference. You can work with it, or you can hand everything to him, or you can leave him alone completely. So it's your choice.
I agree with you 100%. My problem with it is not that it exists, not that it doesn't have good applications, but the way it's being sold to us. Let me think for you. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a dumb example. There's a local commercial. I live in Palm Springs, California. There's a local commercial out here for a furniture company. They're having a sale. Obviously, they're not going to hire an announcer. They've hired AI to do the voice. And we have a living room, a dining room, a commercial that's running 100 times today. And no one even thought to listen to what the AI announcer said. Dining room instead of dining room. That's a teeny weeny example. I'm sure there are wonderful. I'm in show business. I've been in show business since I'm 15. I'm sure special effects is wonderful things AI can do. But let AI reproduce every actor who ever lived and then never hire another actor again? No.
Like
It was
Kelly said,
Yeah, it was
like
brought
Kelly,
to
like he said, it has its pros and cons. It absolutely does, but all technology does.
yes.
You know, I mean, like for instance, my straw.
Yeah.
It works great, but if you tap it too hard, it cracks down the bottom. Now it doesn't work anymore. So there's a balance.
Yeah.
And
There's a check and balance. And here's the thing. You nailed it. Both of you actually nailed it, because one of the biggest problems that we have today is humans relation their talents to AI. Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yes.
Oh, apologies. So humans are relating their talents to AI, and in a way that they are not doing their due diligence to collaborate with AI. So collaboration requires supervision, and collaboration requires integration. Collaboration requires active listening, and collaboration requires participation. That is the interesting thing about collaboration that a lot of people get wrong. And the most important thing is collaboration requires empathy. That is the core premise of collaboration. It starts with empathy. So when you are using AI, take for example the commercial that you said, they had a missed opportunity, because the creative director, should have gone back and watched all of the videos again, make edits. So the problem is, you can't just automate and give things to AI and just let the AI be the new boss in pants. No, you can't do that. You have to still be the boss in pants and let AI be your assistant. So basically, what you have to do is you have to review the output of the AI, ensure that it is consistent and it is cohesive with your brand. Tweak, change, and utilize. Because if you don't do any of that tweak and change, what will happen is you will just pull out the garbage that the AI would give you. Because one interesting thing about AI is prompting is the key to make AI work well for you. So prompt engineering, I'm sure there are so many schools now that are thinking about teaching prompt engineering, because it is critical. You can't tell AI to give you apple, but you give him an orange prompt. No, it's not going to work like that. So what you give him, garbage in, garbage out. So it's like what you give him, that's what he gives you. So the other interesting part too is, when I was with corporate America, so I spent a formidable time of my corporate America career with KPMG. I was a transformation designer and experience designer with the firm. So I worked with Fortune 500 clients and things like that. One of the things that I noticed when AI was, so hot topic, is they're like, oh, we need to lay people off. We need to cut this job. We need to cut that. And one day I called one of my clients. I said, I'm not going to tell you how to think, but I will tell you something that perhaps would be of use to you. I think, but at the end of the day, the final decision is yours to make, if it is helpful or not. You have those two that you have, hired us to teach you how to use and all of that. But the first thing that came to your mind is cutting people, cutting stuff. May I ask, those people that you try to lay off or to cut, is there a way that you can repurpose their skills? He said, oh, yeah, but I don't know how. I said, well, you have this tool. Teach them prompting. Let your CEO, let your chief strategy officer and all of that, let it all meet together in a room. Analyze your current product offering or your service. Analyze your mission, your vision, and let these two create what is net new in your industry or your field, or new service offering for you. That is the way you make money with this tool. So don't just fire people up. Now let's talk about Hollywood. You don't have to design this tool to replace actors. Have your actors develop more talents in art school and things like that, but teach them how to refine themselves, scripting, and all of that with the tool to make it easy. Don't replace your writers at all. Let your writers use the tool, proofread, look for errors, look for places of enhancement, tie the storyline together so they are not wasting too much medulla oblongata trying to create so many things that they will scratch paper for multiple times and throw away. So that is the way you make the two work for you. You collaborate with it and you check. So basically, you're the supervisor of the two. And the main problem that we make right now is we are just handling everything to the two. And what will happen when we do it? We become complacent. And when we become complacent, then we're basically useless.
We're gerbils.
You are a highly educated, brilliant young man. How did you become so wise at such a young age?
First of all, wise is a very strong word for
Yeah.
a gentleman of my small stature. So I will be kind to point it out and say, well, life taught me a lot of lessons. And one of the things that I did from those lessons is I always take each and every lessons as a moment of design. So from a very young age, I started designing myself and I used the aid of the mirror. I looked at the mirror all the time. I tell people the mirror is my best friend because the mirror will never lie to me. I can eat a lot of Dorito or wear my tutu. I don't have a tutu, by the way. And wear my tutu and things like that and expecting the mirror to tell me, oh, you look like Cinderella. Well, I look like one Las Vegas whore. So, right? So the mirror will always tell me, the mirror will tell me if I look like a whore, yeah, he will tell me I look like a whore. If I look like a king or princess, the mirror will tell me that. Because the mirror never lies. It's just a reflection of who you are. Except if you have those mirrors.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Okay. Except if you have those mirrors that create illusion, because there's some mirrors out there that are so evil, they will make you like ×5 bigger or ×2 skinny. I say, except those mirrors.
But the wisdom, Kelly, is to be able to look at the mirror and see the truth. Too many people look in the mirror and see what they want to see, not what the mirror is reflecting. That's the wisdom.
Right.
How tall are you?
I am shy of 6'3". Just 1 inch is shy of 6'3".
Size. Good heavens. It's
So,
never big
so
enough.
I'm gonna segue here.
Go ahead,
and you said, you said quietly, I don't own a tutu, but I understand that you are a pioneer in ski ballet. How do you not have a tutu? You must have at least one.
First of all, I'm not a pioneer of ski ballet because I don't want those people to come for me. I don't want them to make me not to compete in the Olympics if it comes back again. So in the 80s, this is the funny part. So, okay, I learned how to ski last year, 2025, in Kimberley, British Columbia. Okay, and while growing up, I self-taught ballet. Okay, taught myself ballet, and never, because you can, as a male child, you can never be found doing anything like that. Because I was from a very conservative home, and Nigeria is a very conservative country.
Yes,
and as you know, we are one of the most homophobic, countries out there.
Unfortunately.
And unfortunately, Well, rumor and research has it that there are more bi men than anywhere else in the world. So let's do the math.
The more you repress something, the more it happens.
Exactly. So to your point, and so I self-learned ballet and all of that stuff. So the jams, I can do everything that I do. Props to all of the professionals. Love you, appreciate you. I wish I can do so many things that I can, but I can't do it at all. However, I'll tell you this. So last year, because of my partner, his name is Steve, by the way, he's a wonderful gentleman.
You'd have to be.
And yeah, thank you. You bet you here you have to be. So anyway, there's so the interesting thing about my adventure with skiing, got to Kimberley, British Columbia. I said I'm going to learn. So the first time I had all of the outfits on, the ski gears and things like that. I hated it with passion because I don't like anything that like hug my body too much, like make me full. No, I like my body to just breathe. So my body wasn't breathing. I was just like, oh God, this is too much. I remember I fell multiple times. I fell on my tailbone. I bruised my tailbone so bad. It's actually lasted for more than 8 months. The pain.
Oh,
Yeah. So here was the thing. I had, what, the whole village of Kimberley, British Columbia, were my teachers. Everyone was my instructor. So someone would just tell me, "Hey, stand like this. Hey, do like this. Hey, do like that. Hey, do like this." And the more they talk, the more my ears say, "Oh my God, leave me alone. No, 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 no." I mean, no one ever says to me that this African gentleman one day will be on the slope skiing. No, it was never in my cards at all. Mm-mm. Even when I was in the universe in heaven, I didn't would ski at all. It wasn't part of it. They didn't tell me when they were designing me that I would ski. No, it was a mistake. So one day I felt so bad, and while no one was watching, I said, "Well, I'm gonna do it again." I thought no one was watching. How stupid could I be to think no one was watching? Whereas I love wearing short shorts, so I had short shorts on, my long legs are showing, and as a former model, I love to show my legs. So it's just like, okay, they were auction and things like that. And I had my bumper jackets, and here I am learning how to ski and falling, pow, and things and all the stuff. And one day, this lady came to me from nowhere. She said, "Oh my God, are you not cold? Oh, you're wearing shorts, so you're not freezing to death." I looked at her, I said, "Where did he come from?" I was looking everywhere. I didn't see anyone have it hard. And I said, "No, darling, I'm fine. Everything is okay." She said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, I'm fine. Trust me, I'm fine." Anyway, she left me alone gracefully, but I fell again. I kept on doing it. So the last day, last run, last chairlift, I was up there. I don't know what got into me. I think the mountains possessed me, frankly. I think so. So I just went off and I was skiing. I was listening to music, so my favorite music because I loved chills. I love house music and not a vulgar sound. No vulgarity. It was something very, very cool that fit my senses or meditation music. So yeah, I was just going, and little did I know, I didn't know what I was doing. All I recall was people were watching, people were clapping, and all of that. And when I came down, people were just like, "How? How? You learned how to ski about 10 days ago. How? You just did a blue, you just did a black. How?" And you were dancing, you were doing ski ballet. I was like, "What the fuck is that? What a ski ballet." So, they said all this thing. So after that, I had to do my research. I was just like, holy moly, that's exactly what I was doing and all that stuff. And it was fun. So now, people know me that, and a lot of folks have also imitated the style, and a lot of people now they enjoy skiing. They try to like do it instead of just trying to like just ski down, and go boom. So people just wanted to have fun now, and I'm just grateful that I learned how to ski because I love it, and I can't wait to finish my book on skiing.
Like I said earlier in the show, folks, I've said it numerous times. He's a genius.
Yes, you are.
There's no other explanation.
No. A genius who has also been given a tremendous amount of talent. Because it isn't just the thinking genius, it's the creative genius that both marry inside of you. And I'm so impressed. I'm not even flirting with you anymore. I'm so impressed with you.
Well, that's all it takes, huh? Wow.
No, that's not all it takes. But and that, you have Steve and tailboning privately. So you got that going on.
So I want to quickly say something to go back to what you said about wisdom. So there's a particular word I do tell people a lot, and I think people might benefit from it. It all depends on the applicability. So every life lesson that you experience, even talking to a person, or even having intimacy, or even going to work and all of those, even falling, or even having an accident, each and every single moment that happened to you in life is an experience.
Yes.
And the beautiful thing about that experience is you can actually deconstruct that experience with many eyes. For example, when I go to a movie, I watch a movie with 4 lenses. I watch a movie to have fun. I watch a movie to try to get the core message. I watch a movie to see where improvements could have been done, because I'm a natural critic and I deal with life. And the last but not the least is I watch a movie to see what I can learn, what I can take away from an innovation perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I do when I watch a film. Exactly what I do.
That's just what I do. Those are the 4 things that I do. And when I analyze experience, I bring the semblance. For example, when I was way younger, in my early, I would say between 11, 12, and things like that, I had this opportunity of always, which I never knew why, I always recount every experience. So basically, I could just have a conversation with you right now. And before you know, after the conversation, I start thinking about it. I was just like, why did I have that conversation? Was it necessary? Did I say anything right? Did I say anything wrong? What did I learn from it? So my brain automatically, regurgitate and start processing everything in rapid fire. I didn't know why. I hated that about myself for a long time, because it happened over and over and over again. But little did I know what is happening to me then at that age is my brain was automatically processing all of those experiences and extracting, the meaning from those experiences and giving me the opportunity to articulate the insight I learned from those experiences. And I tell people, if you want to understand what wisdom is, pay attention to your life, pay attention to your environment, try to make sense of it, try to extract data and insights from that experience of yours. When you extract those insights, because you convert data into insight, because the insight is the information that you learn. And the beautiful part of it is if you can articulate that insight to another person and it improves another person's life, you've done the job.
Well, sir, you have absolutely done the job. Would you remind our friends who are watching and listening the name of your book?
The Power of Hands. I have it here. This is, I had it upside down. Oh, no, upside down again like this. Yeah, so this is The Power of Hands.
So, and again, folks, if you want to know more about Kelly or ordering the book or whatever we've talked about this evening, just check the show notes up above, down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. His information is there. And why wouldn't you want to know more? I mean, I've just sat here for over an hour and listened to so many amazing stories, true stories, but amazing true stories, overcoming so many things to be where he is today. I mean, what a better way to kick off America's 250th birthday month with such an amazing guest
who has taken everything he's ever seen and heard and read and experienced and used it in his life to accomplish what he wants and to help others. That is supposed to be the American way.
I was just going to say, he should be the poster boy for the American dream.
I am grateful. I am, because one of the things I always say to people is everywhere you go, there is an opportunity, and there's an opportunity to be a better person, and there's an opportunity to make an impact. So I always advise people, if you have the chance, if you have the will, if you have the fortitude, and if you have the resources, make an impact.
There you go.
But the thing is, forgive me, everyone can make an impact if they want to. It's exactly. A choice. It's a choice we make. Just like living in gratitude brings more good things, but you have to choose gratitude. You have to choose to be happy. Happy doesn't just fall down from the stars. It's a choice.
It doesn't?
Oh, shut up,
man. And the next thing you're going to tell me is money doesn't grow on trees, right?
Oh, money grows on tree. I have one in my backyard and I pluck it when I need.
Nice. Can you cut me off a little snippet and say
no, too easy. 16 punchlines in my head at one time. No.
So with that, folks, we are a little over time. We could sit here all night and talk to Kelly because he's such an amazing guest. Who knows? Maybe you'll see him back on one of the New Year's Eve episodes with an update. You never know.
I would love that.
But Kelly, where do you like interacting with your fans? Like a website or Facebook or Instagram? Do you have a preference?
So there are two. So I use Instagram a lot. So on Instagram, you can find me at the Kelly Dowd, TheKellyDowd, the Kelly Dowd. And the same handle you can use to connect with me on X, on LinkedIn as well. So on Facebook. So anywhere else, wherever that is comfortable for you, because I know our seniors love to use Facebook for communication. You can find me there. I'm always happy to communicate with the community because at the end of the day, we're all one. And I love to learn from people as well. So find me on LinkedIn at The Kelly Dowd, and on Instagram, X, The Kelly Dowd, or Threads, The Kelly Dowd.
Before you go to me, I want to ask a quick question. I've been admiring it the whole time you've been on camera, sir. You are wearing a significant pin brooch on your jacket. I have a feeling it signifies something. Could you please tell us about that?
Oh, of course. So it's a British pin, a British prep school pin, and it's just to the core heart of England, and it was given to me by my mother-in-law. Because she noticed I love pins, and she also noticed that I'm always wearing suits a lot. So it's like I have wraps of suits and all that, because that is just what I love to wear, and it's my overall aesthetics. And so it means the world to me because it came from her.
Steve is a very lucky man, but I have a feeling so are you. Go ahead, Ben.
And his favorite suit, folks, is his birthday suit.
That's true.
See, Jeffrey, I mean, it was there. I had to.
No. If you hadn't, I would have eventually, but I'm glad you did.
So, Mr. Jeffrey Mark,
I say that.
Same question for you.
Jeffrey Mark, as it is spelled under my face here. If you're listening and not watching, GeoffreyMark on Facebook, on Instagram is Jeffrey Mark Showbiz, on LinkedIn. I answer. We also have a GPE page on Facebook. Why do we have one of those? Because we have another show. GPE.
Yes.
Jeffrey Mark plays Ella. Every week I choose Ella Fitzgerald songs on a theme, and I give you insider information about the shows, the songs, the arrangements, the musicians, and of course, Miss Ella herself. Ben produces that for me, so he's my partner in crime on that. So if you like this show and want a little bit of more of me talking about great music, please tune in for that. That's all I got.
Yeah, what he said. So as far as this show, I'm just going to rewind to about the 35-minute mark when we were talking about sustainability. We are in our 7th season.
Yes.
And the reason we are in our 7th season is because we do adapt with the times. Our guests are never the same. As you saw this week, we had the amazing Kelly Dowd. Next week, we have Cam Clark, who's an amazing voice actor. The week after that is Annie McKnight, who's an amazing actress. And the list just goes on. So we are constantly adapting. If you want to find out more about these shows, just go to stilltoking.com. You can find out everything about the show, the novel, the comic books, everything that myself and our long-lost co-host, Mr. Jeff Holman, are involved in. He's on hiatus for some time. He's enjoying the golden years, as they call it. To all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do, so people like us can come up here and do what we do. Kelly, hang with us until the show closes out, please. With that being said, folks, we'll see you next week. Stay safe. We're out of here.
God bless and have a happy.